Hi, welcome to another episode of Chamber Exchange. Thank you all if you're returning for watching our December segment, and if you're a first timer, welcome. And would first like to thank the OSU South Centers as well as the University of Rio Grande for giving us this opportunity to do this show each month. It is very appreciated. We're going to start off with, and I'm Michelle Miller. I always forget that. I'm the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Jennifer Walker, the Associate Director of the Chamber of Commerce.
So welcome. We do have our guest for today that we'll talk to here shortly. There are a few things that we want to talk about before we get started. We have a graphic for it. First, Gallia Police and Lights. As you can see, there's a picture right there at the top. That was actually taken by the Gallia Police Daily Tribune. They gave us permission to use it in our directory, which will be coming out soon, by the way. And it's a beautiful picture. I think that really gets to or displays what the park looked like over the Christmas season. They had 1,000 balls in the trees this year, and they just did an absolute amazing job. People came from all over. People were telling me that lived across the river, they could see it from Route 2. So we just want to give a shout out to the group responsible for what they did with the downtown Gallia Police during the Christmas season.
Definitely, and next to that beautiful photo there, we've got the logo for Reds. We want to congratulate them on their newest location at 30 Sycamore Street in downtown Gallia Police. Glad to have them in town now, and certainly happy for them that they're expanding their business. To the far left there, we have a logo for God's Hands at Work. Don't know if you're familiar with them, but they are affiliated with the Treasure Cove. Lisa Carroll is the owner of that business, and God's Hands at Work is a group of individuals that basically do all sorts of good things in the community. Some examples would be helping individuals who've had house fires, helping them replace furnishings and clothing, and they do just wonderful things in the community. And they have a new location, a building where they will be operating out of, and they are having a ribbon cutting ceremony on Sunday, January 17th at 3 p.m. They'll have an open house going on from 3 to 5. They will be cutting the ribbon at 3:30, and that will be at 68 Keystone Road in Vinton.
You can also find information about them on Facebook, and they're a great organization. I think they also have a prom a giveaway, I believe, or dresses to help with prom. We also wanted to talk about, we have the expo, the business expo. That's March 5th, 2016. You can still sign up. The early bird deadline has passed to sign up as a vendor, but you can still sign up as a vendor. And then also, it'll be free to the public that day. So you'll be able to come visit, see some of the things that the businesses in southeastern Ohio have to offer, as well as tourist activities.
And the other two things on the slide were events happening at the Ariel Theater. The annual prom show is coming up on January 17th, and then they are featuring Drew Hastings, who is a stand-up comedian, and some of you may have heard him on the Bob and Tom show. He's done some Comedy Central specials, some HBO specials, and he's also the mayor of Hillsboro, Ohio, and from what I understand, is a pretty interesting character. So they have that comedy show coming up.
I actually heard him, we were talking about it, he spoke at an FAO dinner that we went to, and he was pretty funny, so I liked him. And then we have a couple new members to talk about.
First, we have Marisa Sanders, who has just opened her own All-State business. They are located on Jackson Pike, have their number there in the event that you would like to give Marisa and her staff a call. Some of you may have heard we have a new fitness center coming. Body Barn Fitness 2 actually will be on Jackson Pike, and their estimated date of opening is March 1st.
Yes.
And then, of course, the Colony Club. Hopefully you had a chance to go and try the food and watch a movie or two there. A really great environment. They're open, so congratulations to these 3 new businesses that are all 3 new chamber members. We're happy to have them.
I think this weekend they said they're having the Coen Brothers weekend. So it's a Brother Where Art Thou
and the Big Lebowski.
Yes.
Coen Brothers weekend. So pretty
So,
cool.
but anyway, those are just a few things that we wanted to mention from the chamber world. And we're going to go ahead and introduce our guest today. It's Jimmy Wiseman. He is the Vice President of the Wiseman Agency, and he is also the President of the Downtown Revitalization Project. So he's going to be our guest today. He's going to talk about some things going on with the insurance industry, as well as the Downtown Revitalization Project and things that they do to help the downtown grow with businesses. So welcome.
Thank you, Michelle. Jennifer, glad to be here. Always nice to be on TV, so appreciate you having me out here, and glad to talk about insurance and let's say DRP instead of
Okay, thank you. Yes, that makes sense.
We'll shorten that to DRP to make
Okay.
things simpler going forward, and just talk about things. I do want a quick comment. My hat's off also to Gallia Police Headlights. What a spectacular job they did. It, once again, really turned our downtown park into a beautiful thing each year at Christmas, and I know you guys just recognized it, but I felt like I needed to say something as well.
I don't think you can recognize them enough for what they managed to do in 3 years, to be 100% honest. So, I mean, I don't think a lot of people realize it was a grassroots. It was, 1 or 2 people that said, we want to see lights in the downtown park, and they took it from there and raised the money and made it happen. So I am perfectly fine with giving them as many accolades as we can possibly do. So let's talk about insurance. If you want to go ahead and talk about some of the things that you offer,
Sure.
we can do that.
As I said, I'm Vice President of the Wiseman Agency in downtown Gallia Police, 451 2nd Avenue. We offer, I won't say we're a one-stop shop because there's some insurance products we don't offer, but we do offer a wide range of services and products for our customers' needs. We provide business insurance, personal insurance for home, auto. We provide health insurance, as well as we also have another number of supplemental benefits we offer. We offer some Aflac products, life insurance, and things like that, and we do some financial planning as well.
Okay. And you all run, I know that just if anybody's been on your Facebook page, you all are constantly doing, you raise for snack pack program, so you do community service stuff, and you also currently have a referral program going. So you have different programs. So you seem very active. Do you want to talk about some of the things that your office
Sure.
does?
I am definitely not the social media guru in my agency, but we are very active on social media, running the contest. As you said, we've raised funds and gifts for Snack Pack a number of times, doing peanut butter drives, as well as we've given away some bikes and TVs and things just for our customers over the years. Right now, as you mentioned, we do have a referral program running, and for any person you refer to us, for us to give them a quote, you get a $10 gift certificate to either Bob Evans or Courtside Bar and Grill, both chamber members, I believe.
Yay.
As well as you will be entered into a quarterly drawing to win $100, and then an annual drawing as a chance of $1,000. So please refer us your business, and you might get a little something out of it as well.
Well, they, with something else that we can talk about too, obviously there's so many things that happen with the insurance industry. So many changes, especially healthcare, and so what are some things that are coming down the pike right now?
Well, as you mentioned, healthcare, that's been the hot button issue for a lot of our customers here over the last couple of years. With the Patient Protective and Affordable Care Act, there's been a number of changes, and we've been...
Hold on one, yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We've had a number of changes with health insurance, so that's something that our customers are definitely interested in talking about. It keeps changing each year. One of the big things coming down the pike this year, unless the current legislature or the president takes action, the price fixes that are in for private health insurance will go away at the end of the year, and so look to see large increases on health insurance, even though we've seen large increases the last couple of years for group as well as individuals. So that's something to keep watching. But the big hot button issue right now, it's got to be cyber liability, cybersecurity, data breach insurance. And obviously, I'm not a cybersecurity expert. You need to talk to an IT person about that. But, you think back to the things that have happened with Target and Home Depot and a number of other large companies over the last year. If you have personal data of your clients, your employees, and it gets hacked, you're at fault. And your typical insurance programs provide no coverage at all for these types of losses. You really need to buy a separate policy, a data breach policy / cyber liability policy. They have different names with different companies, but that's the only way you can protect yourself from having a breach like this. I mean, it doesn't stop the breach from happening, but helps you recoup some of the funds that you'll have to spend to build your reputation back and to make sure your customers are notified that their personal information had been released or possibly hacked. And it's just really something that every time we're meeting with a customer right now, a business especially, they're asking about this. What can we do to protect our records? And I always say, well, I don't know what you can do to protect them, but we can sell you a policy that helps you if they do get hacked.
Okay. So that's the big thing right now is it's a twofold. It's setting things in place to protect it, but also protecting yourself after the fact, which I think I wouldn't have thought of that. Not what being from a small town, and when you see this happen, a lot of times it's the bigger companies who have a ridiculous amount of customers and money flowing through. Are you finding that most small businesses haven't really even thought about that yet?
Most small businesses haven't thought about it, and a lot of them, to be honest, think, well, this doesn't necessarily apply to me. But if you have one employee, you've got somebody's personal data in your files, their social security number, their date of birth, their home address. That's hacked. You could have a data breach issue. So typically the customers that we're seeing purchase this are the larger employees, but when this first came out 5-6 years ago, when these products started developing, it was only affordable to large employers, large companies. Your small businesses really couldn't afford to purchase a product like this. Fortunately now, as the market has developed and understands the risks more, they've developed products that are affordable for your mom and pop shops up to the large 1,000 employees or more.
Okay. So what kind of things, what do these policies offer? I know that you kind of hit on it. It was protect yourself after, but does it cover like the legal fees and stuff like that?
It helps with legal fees that you may incur while fighting this breach. It helps to notify with the expenses that go into notifying your customers that their data has been hacked. And I know with the Target loss, and I think it was well over $4 million just to notify the customers. So there's some things that the cost add up really quick. It doesn't pay for actual like wire transfer fund or fraud or anything like that, but it pays for those expenses that you would incur after the breach has happened.
So what would cause that extra cost with the notification? Are there specific ways that they have to notify if there's a breach?
It all depends on the type of breach. One of the biggest things we're seeing, like with the Target and Home Depot, were credit and debit card numbers taken.
Okay.
So when that happens, you as a company have the duty to notify your customers that something like that has happened, but also MasterCard, Visa, American Express, they have a number of requirements that they require you as the company that's been breached to complete before they will honor these as fraudulent charges for the customers. So those are the big notification fees. And I know we had a small breach here, not necessarily a small breach that affected some local businesses and banks 4 or 5 years ago, a debit card scam thing, and the expense of notifying the customer, that was the biggest expense. It wasn't the actual breach. It was making sure everybody was notified that it happened, when it happened, and that they're taking steps to correct this going forward.
Okay. Was there anything else insurance-wise that you can think of that you'd want to talk about at this point?
Well, just remember the Wiseman Agency, we handle all types of insurance. We like to say we're a third business insurance, third personal insurance, third benefits, and life and health. So please contact us for any insurance needs that you have, and we'd love to give you an opportunity, or give us an opportunity to review your current insurance program.
Let's see. Well, and this is a slide if you, oh, well, it already went off. There it is.
We have the address and phone number and web address there, so you can contact the good folks at the Wiseman Agency. I'm sure they'd be glad to help any of you with questions.
Contact us any way you want to. WisemanAgency.com, call us, Twitter, Facebook, stop in. However you want to contact us, we want to make ourselves available.
And so let's talk a little bit, we've talked about cybersecurity and
Sure.
insurance. Let's talk a little bit about DRP. I'm going to say DRP for a reason, but DRP is another great organization. They also were basically a grassroots, came together, and they have been instrumental. They're all local business owners, and they've been instrumental in several downtown businesses and assisting several downtown businesses. So we definitely wanted to make sure that we get this, we talk about this today. So you're the president,
Yes.
correct? So tell us a little bit about what you all do. I mean, I kind of glossed over it, but
Well, sure. Well, as Michelle said, we're all local business owners or business leaders, relatively young, so to speak. We have a vested interest in continuing to make sure Gallia County grows, but we're focusing on downtown Gallipolis. It's not that we don't want the rest of the county to grow, but we chose to focus on a specific area downtown on 2nd Avenue primarily to try to get all of the empty spaces filled and just to try to help bring business back to downtown. We are funded 100% by local businesses and individuals. We do not get any state or federal funds for our program, and so everything we've been able to do has been paid for by the citizens of Gallia County one way or another. We do always need more money, so please send me a check if you'd like to. I have to get that out there. We do a number of things. We have helped businesses hire new employees, purchased equipment for different businesses. Two of the most recent businesses we've helped are the Colony Club, the brand new restaurant downtown, very unique dining experience and movies and shows and ball games. Please check them out. We were able to help them purchase some equipment. And also River City Leather. They were looking to locate in a new built in a building, and we were able to help them secure the building that they're in downtown, and really glad to have them. I think they're growing and growing, and that's something that we really want to continue to be able to help with. Maybe businesses, they're able to get some funding through traditional means, such as a mortgage or some other type of loan, but maybe they need just a little bit more to really finalize their plans, and that's where DRP likes to step in. We do have a number of projects in the works right now. I can't really talk about, but hopefully we'll have some new information coming out about some businesses downtown soon.
now what is the process of somebody either applying or putting themselves before
Sure.
you all?
It's very simple. We try to make it as simple as possible. We don't want to drag this out 6 months, this application process, but basically we have an application. It's on the Gallia County Economic Development website, which is growgallia.com. And you get on there, complete an application. You can submit it to any of the committee members. Most of them come to me first, Jay Wiseman at WisemanAgency.com. That's where most of the emails come to me. We review the application. If we determine that it is complete, then we'll invite the prospect to our next meeting, where we can interview them, ask them questions, and then try to make a decision as quickly as possible. If it's not complete, or we feel that there's additional information that we need before we can have a good discussion, then we'll request that information from the applicant. We'd like to get them turned around. We meet the second Monday of every month. We like to get them turned around as quick as possible, but sometimes it does take 2 or 3 months before we can make a decision on someone.
Okay. And which we have a picture, I believe, which
Sure.
it may have popped up once already, but this was an award that you all received last year?
This
Or
past fall,
This past
yes.
fall, okay.
It's an economic development award from the Ohio Economic Development Council, I believe.
Okay.
And it was for economic development in small towns. I don't remember the exact title of the award right now. It'd been
Right.
nice if I'd have written that down.
No, that was, we didn't give you that warning.
But we were nominated by Melissa Clark, the Economic Development Director, and were fortunate enough to win, and very appreciative of that. We were recognized in Columbus with representatives from all the counties around the state, so it was really nice to get that. And we were able to have a few board members. Did you want me to mention the committee members?
That's what I was getting ready to say, was if you have, the committee members.
Of course, myself, Bryn Saunders, at Noe and Saunders Attorneys at Law, Shana Chapman from Shana Co., Jody Penrod from Holzer, Patrick Saunders with Hilliard Lyons, Scott Saunders with the Saunders Insurance Agency, Robbie Pugh with Pippin Huds and Silver
Rocket
Screen
7,
7 and Rocket 7, just to name a few. Josh Bottomer with Wiseman Real Estate, Matt Johnson with Walker Cat, also a city commissioner. Am I forgetting anybody? I don't think so.
All
That's
chamber
everybody
members.
Melissa Clark, the economic
Yes,
development
which you
director.
mentioned, Melissa. Which it's, most of the committee are, the younger business professionals. Either some of them have been in, like yourself and Shana Shana Co. It used to be Chapman and Burris. That takes me a minute. But most of you are in generational business families, which is great to see. I know that people are talking about that, about there being this breath coming back in, where the younger generation, the people coming up now, are getting involved. So you're involved in a lot.
I probably need to learn how to say no from time
Well,
to time.
I think a lot of us do. But you are involved. From your end, why are you involved, I guess?
Well, this community's been great to me and my family. Wiseman Agency opened in 1928. I'm part of the fourth generation that's worked in the family business, and I want this community to be as good as it can be. I think it's very important to give back to your community, not necessarily financially, but give back your time and get involved. And there's people may want to gripe about this and that, but you need to step up and volunteer your time. I just think it's very important, and you get back everything you give. I know that's just a cliche that you get thrown out all the time, but we get a lot of business from the Wiseman Agency because of our community support, but also get a lot of respect from people, and you meet a lot of different people too, and you get to learn about things. I've worked on a number of things for the chamber over the years, and it's just been fantastic. I'm glad I'm not the river wreck chair any longer, but it was a great experience. It was a great experience for me, and I'm glad that I did it 2 years. And it's just, I just think it's very important to get involved in your community. You can't make your community any better if you just want to sit on the sidelines.
While we'll kind of shift gears a little bit, do you have anything else you want to say about DRP?
No, just we appreciate any support that you can give us. Word of mouth. Again, we always welcoming donations, but it's something we want to continue to grow and hope to be able to expand our area outside of our current district on 2nd Avenue.
And I want to reiterate the funding that you all use to help other businesses. It's donated by the existing local businesses. So,
Yes.
It's more than just the group of people who are sitting on the committee to bring, and they're actively too, and correct me if I'm wrong, several of your members are actively recruiting business as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not just sit back and wait for somebody to come in. They're actively saying, it would be neat to have this down here, and talking to people about the possibility. So, it's not just the committee, but the businesses many of the businesses are also donating directly back in. As a matter of fact, Pippin Huds, they received help.
We
but
gave them. We paid for their rent for a set amount of months when they first moved into town. That's kind of what pulled them from opening it up at one of their other business locations. They have since paid back their grant 100% and have raised us, I think, $5,000 additional by
So,
asking for 50 cents with each
Every
purchase.
time we went in, it was, you want to give 50 cents for the DRP. And of course, I did, and most people did. Some people who may not have even known what they were doing But I guess the reason I'm bringing that up is it's also the community has given back through programs like that the businesses. So if you gave the 50 cents to DRP, this is what you were helping to do. You were helping to revitalize the downtown area business sector. So is there anything that you can think of that you'd want to talk about either insurance or DRP?
Well, as we were talking about DRP, there was one little thing that I forgot entirely about. We do have this event in the summer called the Hoop Project.
Yes, the Hoop Project, yes.
We just had a third annual this past July. We will have another one in this coming July. I don't know the dates right off the top of my head, but it's a 3-on-3 basketball tournament for all ages, boys and girls, for kids and adults. It's held over a couple days in the city park. The goal there was to do something fun for the youth and that would bring people to downtown Gallipolis. We don't sell any food or drinks other than water and Gatorade. And so we encourage all the participants and their family members to go to the local restaurants to eat their meals. We have teams coming from all over the place: Cleveland, Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, and it's just been it's gotten bigger each year. We had a record number of teams last year and look to do the same this year.
It's been an ongoing thing with some people that I know of how much of a sports person I am not. I'm more of a bookworm, and I never really paid, but I was so impressed with the Hoop Project just to see all those people. And like you said, some of them were local and some of them were as far away, Cleveland,
yeah.
Kentucky, India, different states who all just descend on the Gallipolis City Park to play basketball. And I think that what you all were able to pull together with that has been amazing. And you have a lot of volunteers that help with that.
Tremendous amount of volunteers. Robbie Pugh, Megan Barnes, this is their baby. They created, they've run with it. They deserve all the credit in the world. We have a number of volunteers. We've sold courts to different local businesses, and a lot of them provide volunteers to run those courts throughout the event. It's just a fantastic event for a couple of days and a lot of fun, especially if you like basketball.
And they have a website, correct? Yes, you have it, so you can check out their website to find out what the dates are, and if you like to play basketball,
I believe it's thehoopproject.com.
Thehoopproject.com,
Yes.
That's the website, yes.
And they have Facebook too.
Yes.
So you can also follow them on Facebook.
I think we have Twitter as well.
Oh, do you have Twitter? Okay, I didn't know if you had Twitter. So, but anyway, overall, thank you very much for coming in. As things come up, we'd love to have you back to talk about different insurance-related, especially topics as with business, because there's always something. Like at one point, there were floodplain and that everybody was talking about. So if you'd be willing to do that, we would appreciate it.
Love to come back and talk to you about any topic.
Thank you very much. And so thank you all very much for joining us again today. As a reminder, I'm Michelle, the Executive Director of the Chamber.
And I'm Jennifer, the Associate Director, and we will be back again in February.
And if you would like to consider joining the Chamber, visit us at galliacounty.org or call us at 740-446-0596. Thank you very much for tuning in today.
Thank you.
Thank you.